A beautiful morning to you all. Welcome once again to Rally Trade Morning Market Review, where this is where we make profit daily. My name is Victor. I'm going to be your host for today. So please, we just have a few persons on the call. As my usual practice, I would just like us to exercise a little bit more patience to wait for others to come in so we can have a smooth session. We'll be going back and forth, right? So please, in just a few minutes, we are going to officially kick off the review for this morning. So if you are here already, just exercise a little bit of patience, a little bit of patience. Thank you so much. So I guess we can go back to the session right now. We can kick it off. Good morning once again to everyone currently on this particular call. My name is Victor, as Elias stated, and I'm going to be your host this morning on the morning market review. So basically, we just I think we don't need to wait for others again. Others will join us on the call as they come in. So in order to save time, I don't like to waste time at my usual practice, but this review is just going to be me trying to show you a little bit of tips and tricks to um, taking some trades in the market, understanding the possible direction where the market should go. It is my aim not just to give you fish, but to show you how to catch the fish. That is to say, not just to give you trades, but to show you how to take trades. Even while on your own, merely looking at the market, you will know if you are. So, but for us to do that effectively, we need to understand what actually moves price, right? What move price determines, if we can find out what move price, there's a possibility you might be able to tell which direction that price will go. And there are a number of things that actually move price in this market. We have some of them which we call the variables, things that don't occur always. They occur once a while, but they do occur. So things like fundamentals, all those political, economic, social, environmental conditions of the market, sorry, of an economy, and it has a way of affecting the demand and supply of the currency of that country. So these are one of the ways we track them down is where we are right now, Forex Factory. We have investing.com, Reuters.com. There's a lot of sources, but for sake of ease, we'll be using forexfactory.com to just catch the major economic news that most likely going to be affecting price. So something like, so we've had that of CPI for the Australian dollar around 130 now. Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, these are currencies that are traded in the Asian session now. Formerly in the Sydney session, we're now combined in the Asian session. So vis-a-vis our own time here, you'll find out that it is in the middle of the night, so 1:30 a.m. and the NZD for 2:30 a.m. Now the CPI for that's the consumer price index inflation rate. You could see that it came out bad. There's still some inflation in Australia. Hence, the Australian dollar is expected to be weak as at that time. Is it currently still weak? Let's find out, but let's just quickly find out from the chart. Now, how do I find out? I usually have this, my currency strength meter here, which tells me the strength of currencies, and you can see that it is active right now in the market. Let me apply it, the new one. Let's see. Let me apply a fresh one. Okay. All right. So you see that the Australian dollar, okay, after being weak, I think it has gained more strength from what I'm seeing right here. Anything below 50%, but basically I look at anything from 30% and below is weak, and anything from 60% and above is strong. And that's where I look at it. Now, for those who do not have this, you can as well use this particular website. You can use livechart.co.uk. I'll drop it in the comments section. You can use this particular link to check for strength of currencies. So this is it right now. You will see that the Australian dollar is back up again. For those ones that are weak right now, the USD, the Canadian dollar, Euro, and GBP. Let's see if that's the case. USD, Canadian dollar, Euro, GBP. Okay, you can see Canadian dollar, USD, Euro, GBP. These are the lowest currencies right now. I'm just trying to compare it to mine. Let's see again. Excuse me. Okay, so you see also this. Just trying to compare it to mine. You also see this particular, the ones that are strong, the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar. Excuse me, I just need to take this off. Let me go back there again. Okay. So the ones that are weak, the Canadian dollar, the USD, Euro, and pound. But the strong ones are the Japanese yen, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and the Swiss franc, which also comply here. So Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, and the Swiss franc. So basically, now I'm just trying to compare and contrast what I have on my own chart and what I just showed you on the live chart, just to confirm to you that it is practically the same thing. Now, if you are using this, the only difference is that for website here, livechart.co.uk, you will have to manually refresh, right? You will have to manually refresh this. So if I want to see the currency, because it changes, if you see mine on the chart, you will notice that it changes. You'll notice, you can see the change, right? This is currently live right now in the market, but I wouldn't have that change here. until I refresh. Just simply click refresh and you will see if there's any change in the market. So I'll advise you to refresh often. So let me quickly just post it on the comment section so you will see. Please, I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please drop a yes on the chat box so I'll know I'm not just by myself. Okay, so I've dropped the link here for everyone to this website where I just checked the strength of my currencies. Please, if you can hear me, I'll need you to indicate either an emoji or yes, something. If you can hear me, please. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Marvel. Thank you. Akulanos. All right. Nice to have you guys here again this morning. Okay, so quickly, let me just quickly wrap up with Forest Factory before we dive straight into the chat. All right, so now we are also expecting, good morning, Mr. Vic. Good morning. Thank you so much. Blue Fidel FX. So for the Australian, New Zealand dollar also, as at 2 a.m., we had the Reserve Bank of Australia, New Zealand monetary policy statement, the rates, as well as the press conference. Now, this is just for those who are already familiar with NFP for USD. You know, this is just like the opposite, the other side of NFP, but not for the US dollar now, but for the New Zealand dollar, right? And you can see that they are not data news, right? They are not data news, right? So except this official cash rates. Now, which came out practically the same. So it is not, we are not going to be telling if your New Zealand dollar is going to be strong or is going to be weak. But the ones that we are expecting majorly, we are dealing with the red envelope news. We are dealing with the red envelope news. The one we are expecting actually is the US dollar, the prelim GDP, as well as the unemployment claims, and they are both coming out around 2:30 p.m. All right, the gross domestic product, unemployment claims, those who file for unemployment, you know, so once you lose your job for the first time, you file for unemployment claim where you be paid stipends, you know, for a while. So the government uses this particular data to track the number of persons losing their jobs, which is bad. So they need less persons to lose their jobs right now. So actual less than forecast is good for currency. All right. At this point now, actual less than forecast is going to be good for currency. We need less persons to lose their jobs so that the government will have less persons to be paying stipends. It does not contribute anything to the economy. The only aspect it contributes to the economy is morals, which cannot be measured. Morals in the sense that the more persons you take care that are out of job that you take care of, the less persons that are going to be constituting nuisance to the economy. Because when people don't have job, there's a high tendency that they are going to be involved in crime. They are going to be doing illegal things in the economy. So this is more like the social welfare aspect of the economy. So it does not really contribute directly to the growth and the expansion of the economy. Hence, the government will prefer less persons losing their jobs. Okay, so that's why actual less. So we need less than 215,000 persons losing their jobs for it to be good, right? So that being said, also around 4 p.m. we're expecting the core PCE price index. This is almost like CPI, but this one just excluding food and energy products. That's what this core PCE price index is all about. So, but actual greater than forecast also is good for currency. So that is what we are expecting. Major news, major economic event for today. All right, so please watch out for them. But on the other hand, like I said, we have the variables. These ones are like what I call the variables. But the constant is your chart now. Either there is news or there's no news. Most often than not, the market moves. So this is more like constant for me. I think we are on Euro GBP right here. So I think we'll just continue from this one right now. This Euro GBP. So if I bring this my level, if I extend this my level, you notice that I already have my level, you know, of support where I'm going to be buying from. So I'm envisaging that price most likely taps back into this level, and from here, most likely taps back into this level here, and from this level, then I should expect some more bullish momentum from this guy. It has been bearish before now, but you notice that price usually does, for Euro GBP, it's like a serious battle for this currency. So neither Euro nor GBP really want to back down. So there's high tendency that this instrument ranges a lot, right? So by ranging, it somehow tends to want to respect your key levels. And that is why I have this my key level right here. So you will notice that apart from, now I mark this key level when price came above this key level. This was a major level of support, right? And you can see how often price has respected. But please be careful because price can tend to sweep liquidity before going back to the upside. All right. What do I mean? Basically, price will just start below your support. You know, when you are buying at support and you have your stop loss somewhere below, price comes below your support, taps into your stop loss, takes you out, but still goes in the direction you were expecting in the long run. So be careful for this thing also. But you could see how much it has respected our support level. Now, on this end, it broke support level, but finally came back. And you can see that I'm using my moving averages on this particular instrument. So when price is above my moving average here now, especially when it is now above my support level, my key level, I will be looking out for more of buys. This is what I mean. Let me zoom it out first. If it's just a trick, let me show you this trick. It will really be helpful to you. Let me do this. Now, for instance, let's say I have this particular key level. Let's say I have this key level. This is my level of support, right? Good. Now, if I even extend it further, what do you notice? Price is bouncing off that support, right? But here now, price broke my support here. Price broke my support at this point here. So once it breaks my support, I will be looking at sell opportunities, right? Now, until it gets to another key level right here, this other key level right here now, let me extend this chart so you will see. Now, the moment it broke this one, I'll be looking for more of sales. Now, but on the condition for which I will be buying this guy is if it gets to my support level, but I'll need it to go above the moving averages while price has bounced off my key level. When price is now above, that is when I'm going to be looking out for buys, all right? When I'm going to be looking out for buy. Instance where price breaks this, my moving averages, and but price is still above my key level, I would wait for price to tap back into it. So it is dangerous for me to start selling if price is above my key level support. I want to buy, but price is below my moving averages. So moving average is going to be preventing price from going up from my support if I am buying price now. But it is safer to, first of all, excuse me, allow price. So what I do is I use this technique on both my 4 hours and 1 hour. But if you confirm on my 1 hour, you find out that price is, okay, anytime price is above my moving average, I'll be watching out for buy. But whenever price breaks my moving average, I will wait for price to tap into this place. Then I will see if I can buy this guy back to the upside. So you perhaps need to watch this video again in order to get what I just said. But that is just by the side. So USD JPY, let's do a little bit of USD PS. USD JPY lost strength before, and it was massively bearish. But recently, we've now seen some serious bullish momentum. And what I've been seeing lately is that bullish momentum about to end? Is it about to end? All right, see what I was talking about here. All of this bearish move here, all of these massive sales, which lasted for quite a while. So after that, we could see that price balanced itself, right? Then it started going back to the upside. Now it has gone to the upside and it is starting to move to the downside again. So what I do is I usually check my higher time frame. Is it that I'm about to start having a bit of a downward movement for USD JPY at the moment? so that I'll know if I'm to be selling USD JPY. Now, how do I do this? I use my key levels, right? What we just did on Euro GBP, I use my key levels. This is my 4-hour time frame, right? So I'll mark my previous key levels. So I have this key level here of support, if you notice that, right? So let me extend it to the future. I have this key level right here. Okay. Why is it not staying? Sorry, I'm trying to adjust it. Okay. So this is my key level right here. And you notice that price came back, now went above, and this level is now serving as what? My key support level at the moment. So for me, I feel that USD JPY is back into that level again. And I'm expecting any moment from now for price to become bullish. Any moment from now, price to become bullish. But you also remember there's a tendency that price can break this particular level, right? I look for short trades. Now, let me see. Sorry about that. I think we're taking out here. Okay. All right. Sorry, but I think my network is just so let me apply my currency strength. Dollar has been weak. All right. So you can see that dollar has been weak. And unfortunately, the Japanese yen has been very, very strong. And what you notice that price keeps breaking key levels. Price keep breaking key levels, keep breaking key levels right here. So price just broke another key level again for my USD JPY. Price just broke another key level again. So from all indication, if USD continues to be weak, then I can anticipate more of a bearish movement for USD JPY, except when we now come to the New York session and the US dollar gains some strength, then I can expect a reversal. But for now, everything still looks bearish. For now, everything looks bearish. Until I see an indication that price wants to reverse, I am not looking at buying this guy as of the moment, right? This is USD JPY. It still looks bearish, although price is at my key level. I'm expecting price to give me something that will give me that confidence to enter for a buy trade, right? If not, for now, everything still looks bearish. Okay, FMC. Okay, I have another question here. So last time that we look at. Okay, sorry, let me attend to these questions quickly. Said last week that I'm going to be hosting a class on how to hold a trade without panicking. Yes, I did. I did that class on Wednesday. Yeah, was it Wednesday or Thursday? I did the class on Thursday. I did it on Thursday. So after the analysis on Wednesday, like this, the following day, Thursday, I did the class actually. So I don't think you were there. I did the class and it was online, right? Um, okay. So I understand now. I'll place my cursor where I'm analyzing so that you will get it better, right? So let me go back again. No, it wasn't a recorded this thing. It was just an online class, just to give, because it came up from the question some of you were asking. Someone asked a question: when he's on a trade, he's always panicking, little profit, and he's out. So I was like, okay, your psychology level, but They are just different strategies to trading the market here. So that was why we did it. Unfortunately, it wasn't recorded, right? So this is USDJPY already. Like I said, price, if you remember, I marked this particular zone. So what I'm saying is that price is breaking my structures, like breaking supports. And when price is doing that, is an indication that price is going to the downside, right? I announced it here, Mr. Rotimi. I announced it here the day before. Like as I was doing this, I said, oh, tomorrow there's going to be a class and it's the same link. So sorry about that. We'll do better next time to send you notification. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm waiting for price to either reverse from this key level, you know, either reverse from this key level. And irrespective, if I'm going to be buying this guy, if he reverses, it might not go beyond this level because this might potentially now serve as a resistance to price going back to the upside, all right? Thank you so much. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Okay, so are my key levels order block, demand and supply level, or fair value gap? So I think a lot of persons on this call do not really understand the terminologies you just mentioned. But for clarity's sake, what I do is each session, I like to analyze using one strategy. I don't like to mix strategies together. I like to analyze using one strategy. So the next time I analyze it, I use another strategy, all right, and another strategy, because there are a number of strategies you can use to take trades. Okay, but for simplicity's sake, simplicity's sake, right? If you want to trade this particular one now, so supply and demand is different from your, is similar to your order block, but slightly different. Then your fair value gaps are also different. Now, these are things you watch out for as confirmation to entering your trade. Now, what do you mean by supply and demand? For instance, right? If you see, let me use another instrument to analyze what he just said. Let me use another instrument to do the analysis. Another instrument completely. Or if I want to do this now, I think we'll just forget about whatever we're doing. Eranios, as much as I'd like to answer a question, I think it will take our time. So please just bear with me for now. If we have more time, I'll answer the question before we go. But for now, let's just continue our analysis. All right. So NZD USD also, let's see, on a 4-hour time frame, it has hit our key level also. So what I'm trying to use this period is using my key levels to take my trades, my key levels as entry for my trades as of now. Okay. So if I do that and I come back to my 1-hour time frame, you'll notice that price broke this particular level, came back inside, this time broke it, and this level is now serving as a resistance, right? So you can be bearish on the condition of this particular resistance level here. Let me see. So you have this particular thing right here, right now. All right, this particular level. So if I want to trade you with demand and supply strategy, from what the last question you asked, you notice something. How do I know demand and how do I know supply area? For my supply area, I want to see massive dumping of price. Supply means sell, all right? And when you say price is selling, it means price is going to the downside, isn't it? Good. So what I want to see is, I want to see 3 consecutive candles, something, oh, no, there was a break. I need 3 consecutive candles, massive consecutive candles, okay? Let me take this one, for instance. Let's take this. Now you can see this kind of candles, 1, 2, 3, and they are kind of significant, but I would prefer if all the candles are like this. Each is at least this length, like this, like this, like this, you know? So it shows me that there's massive selling going on. Massive selling going on, right? So what happens is before that particular sell-off, before the massive candle that started that sell, not this one, This is a massive candle for sell. Now, look the candle before it. I need that candle to be what I call an indecisive candle, which means that the body of the candle should cover less than 50% of the total range. Okay, so what I do is you mark the high and the low. This candle here, this one, I mark the high all the way to the low. Sorry for that. I think we're back now. Okay, I think we're back now. Please, if you can still hear me, can I have a yes on the chat box if you can hear me? Can I have a yes on the chat? If you can hear me, please. Any indication will be fine. Okay, thank you, Mr. Diwali. Now, so remember what I just said here. Let me take this out again. So for that question, and it's also a technique of trading, and very, very wonderful technique of trading. So let me show you what I mean. Now, we're talking about supply, right? I look for areas where I have massive sell-off. And by massive sell-off, I mean I need a kind of candle we call explosive candles. Explosive candles are candles that the body of the candle, that's either the green or the red part of the candle, covers more than 50%, I'm sorry, more than 70% of the total range of the candle, including the high and the low. So you notice that this candle, the red part, the body covers more part of the candle than the width, right? So I look for where I have consecutive candles like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, right? So, but it would have been good if others are significant like this, but it's still fine. Now, I now look for the candle before this one that started that massive sell-off, which is this one. And preferably, I'll need it to be what I call an indecisive candle. That means it's a bearish candle, but the body of the candle, the red part, is very small, insignificant compared to the total range of the candle, including the high and the low. So what I do is I mark the range from the high all the way to the low, and I extend it to the future, which is something like this, all right? You can see that it marked both the high and the low. Then what I'm expecting is I would wait for price to rally back up to that level. In this instance, it failed to get to that level, but almost there. Now, sometimes in context, sometimes you notice that other candles also before that candles are also like indecisive candles, except this, but this is small. So it means that you can still take a range of indecisive candles before the main move started. So if I do it like this, you notice that this guy almost got there. This guy tapped into it. So I'll be selling. I'll keep selling, but I do it like once, twice, and that's all. It means that that area has been mitigated. So if you extend it to the future, what do you notice? I would have had a sell opportunity here. I would have had a sell opportunity here again, and a sell opportunity here if it didn't hit my stop loss, and another sell opportunity also if it did not hit my stop loss. So this is just trading supply and demand, and you can find them a lot on your chart. You just need to know what you are looking out for, okay? So this is for NZD USD. Now, can we have, as much as price is also heading to the downside, do we also have that same pattern again? Look at the same pattern here. This massive explosive candle to the downside, right? But the problem now is this kind of candle, I don't have, this one is an indecisive candle in between this and this. But in context, given that this is a very, very large candle, it can also count. right? So I will mark the indecisive candles, the ones that are small. So you notice that before a major move, price most likely can do a little bit of range before a major move. Sometimes it can be to the upside or to the downside. So what you do is you mark the whole of that range, or preferably you see this candle right here, which is an indecisive one, the high to the low, and you extend it to the future, right? Or you mark the entire range of these indecisive candles, the entire range. Let me bring it like this. So what do you notice? You wait for the time price gets back to that particular level again. So you notice that it took a while, but when price got there, what happened? Another massive sell-off. So this is how you trade supply and demand strategy. Okay. Now, on the condition that price is on a downward movement, you use supply. But on the condition also that I have price is bullish, is moving to the upside, then I'm going to be looking out for demand. And demands are where price ranged before a massive buy to the upside. All right, that is demand. I think we use another instrument because this one clearly is going to the downside. Now, invariably, what does it mean? It means if I extend this to the future, that means if this guy goes up, I'm expecting that if it gets to this level, I should have a bit of sell-off again, right? I should have a bit of sell-off again to the downside. So that's just clearly supply demand trade strategy in summary, right? In summary. So NZD USD, two things can happen. Price can either push up to this upside here. Now, if it does, it means that it has broken this resistance level. So like I said, from the beginning, I told you, I'm not just giving you fish, I'm showing you how to catch this fish. Now, I think let's just stick with our supply demand if we have it. You will notice that you, looking at your chart, if you can identify what I just showed you, you'll be able to tell where and when you are going to be taking your trade from. So from what we just analyzed, you will need price to, if it breaks this resistance, if it does, because this is an internal resistance. But this is the major supply level right here, okay? So if it breaks and it gets here, then I should expect some sell. And if it doesn't break here, then price goes back all the way to the downside and hopefully keeps pushing to the downside as it has been doing before, right? So what else? Okay, so let me do GBP, JPY, Euro, USD before we move to other instruments. Okay, this is GBP, JPY also. Now, if you follow the same technique I just used, I just analyzed with now, this is my 4-hour time frame. Price was becoming bullish. All of a sudden, it is now looking bearish again. Okay, so on the 1 hour, you notice that we have more of sells. Price has been edging to the downside for some days now. All right, price has been edging to the downside for some days. Okay. So how do I know what to do? Remember your supply demand. Now, this is where supply should work for us, right? This is where supply should work for us. So just look for where you have consecutives. Preferably large candles should be fine or should be better, all right? Preferably large candles should be better. And it is better also if it is consecutive, right? That means there's no break. If I have bearish, I shouldn't have a bullish candle in between them. No, I shouldn't. Preferably if they are large, right? So you can see this level here. I have consecutive ones, although they are not massive candles, but they should still suffice. So you can see that before this pull to the downside, price ranged a bit, right? So you mark the entire range, right? Then you extend to the future. Now, in this context, you notice that this is also some little bit of range. So if you edge it downward a bit and you capture all of this, you will notice that you have a perfect sell setup here because price is towards the downside and you are looking out for supply, right? Now, with this strategy, you are going to be catching major moves in the market, like sincerely major moves. you can maximize profitability with this kind of strategy. You know how much you would have made? You know, this is a strategy where if I find this strategy, like let's say I have like 1 million, 2 million in Naira in my account, or if I'm using a dollar account, I want to have about 500K. Now, I can double my account like within a day. If I have this, I can double my account. Why? I noticed that this strategy works well. It has a very high win rate, one. And also, it doesn't mean it's 100% perfect, though. Yeah, it's not 100%, but instance where it works. So if I have like 10 out of it, most likely 6, 7, even 8 goes exactly as anticipated. And once they do, I use this to, make massive profit. Now, on the condition, if you notice that this is my 1 hour time frame, this was where I had that supply. So I marked this level. You notice that I took 1, 2, and 3 days for price to finally get back to that place for me to sell. And you could see that since I sold, you notice that price has been going massively bearish and bearish, all right? So if you keep up that momentum, price most likely might not return to this level again. From here, most likely might not return anytime soon. Doesn't mean I can't sell again. No, it means I can still sell. So I look out for like the same pattern. Now going down, okay, you will see 3 consecutive, right? But not strong because this first one looks a bit, small. But if it works, you can catch small trades again. So if I mark these candles or this entire range of indecisive candles again, and I extend to the future, what you notice, at least I caught some little sells again. All right. So I don't have that yet. I don't have that yet. This is the last supply area that I have working with. So on the condition that price goes back to this level, I feel price is still very much bearish. If it can get back here, all right, which most likely might not, but if it does, it's a perfect sell-off for us, all right? So this is also NZD USD. You can use the same strategy to look out for so many trades, as many trades as you can find. And lastly, let's do Euro USD. Please, I don't know if you're understanding what I've been saying since. Let it not be like I'm speaking over your heads. Are you following me, please? I need your response at this point. Are we still together or you are lost? Are we still together or I've confused you completely? Okay. I hear yes. Okay, well understood. You're together. Okay. All right. So we are still together then. Okay, this is why I like to wait a while for others to join the call before starting, because it goes back and forth. We'll just keep going back and forth. You can access the same video at Rally Trade YouTube channel at Rally Trade. I think I'll drop the link before we end this particular session, so you can go back to this video again, right? At Moji, I think I will. I think I will. All right. Thank you so much. Please, beyond enjoying it, this is for you to actually take trades. I think it would be a waste of my time and yours if you are not trading with these strategies I'm talking about. Yes, I understand, but it wasn't. Okay, so moving again. Let's see. This is Euro USD right now, and you'll see also that this guy has been going to the downside. Yeah, we'll get there. This is the last currency I'm trying to do before we move to other instruments. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Euro USD also has been giving us some confusing vibe because the last time it became massively bearish, got to this level. I was sincerely hoping that price has turned, and we are beginning to have some bullish momentum, but unfortunately it broke again and it continued to the downside. And if you notice that it has broken below my key levels, like seriously below my key levels, which I was expecting to be buying this guy for. So broke below my key level, and fortunately enough, after breaking, it gave a good retest. Okay, so this is the level, excuse me. Okay, this is the level I was talking about, broke below it and gave a good retest and, kept pushing to the downside. But inside of that retest, I also have price struggled for a bit and now finally broken below that particular retest level. So I have this level where I will be looking out more for sell opportunities also. Now, since talking of sell opportunities, can we find sells here? Can we find supplies as we are talking for today? Okay, so you notice that all of these movements here are choppy. I can't find a good supply level, but this one seems good. It seems good. Let me see. Where is it? This one seems good, but the only thing is I don't have 3 consecutive. I need, the more, if it is 4, it becomes a very strong or a stronger supply level. If it is 5, it's even much more stronger, right? Now, this does not mean it's not a key level. It just means that it might not really be a major key level, if you understand what I'm saying. So I can still take it because I have 2 decisive candles. Now, notice all of these candles before it are ranging. So how do you know if it is a good level? You should have a range, indecisive candles, small candles, or candles that their bodies are less than 50% of the total range. So once you have that, before a major push to the downside, you just go and mark all of those range from the low to the high, then extend it to the future. Now see how smoothly you would have been catching some good sell opportunities for Euro USD, right? Even up until present. So what do you think will happen to Euro USD once it gets to this particular level here? What do you think? Now, this is an open question. This is an open question. What do you think will happen to Euro USD if it gets there? Okay, exactly. So you know what to do, right? Smoothly like that. Nickel to the world. Or nickel world. Only you sell, 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 sell. That means you probably will have like 1, 2, 3, 4 sales positions. Well, I like to do it. So that's how I can turn my $500 to $1,000 or almost $1,000, or my 1 million to almost 2 million in one day. What do? I stack in my positions. I can have like 2, 3 positions, and I use good lot size. So because I use good lot size, I just like to have some good confirmation for my trades, and this strategy suits me a lot. All right. USD card. I think we just did that. Wow, there's hardly any time again. Let's see if we can go back. So you guys know what to do from this level right here, right? Good. So we are looking out for a continuous bearish opportunity, but we need price to tap into this level first before we go in. That is for Euro USD. So this is a recap of what we did for USD card. We said, oh, we've not done USD card. Oh, we've not. Okay. For those who were in that particular session that we did, you will notice that we analyzed USD card, right? Okay, let me not say too much, but you guys clearly see the result out right now. So let me wipe off this whole thing and let's go. Okay, so USD card has been, let me see, bullish. Good. So it means that we are looking for demand areas, right? Excellent. Now, the opposite of your supply is your demand. The opposite of your supply is your what? Your demand. Okay. Now, see what happens. Since we now have, we are having a push to the upside. Now, okay, please note this, note this. You will see this almost same pattern here, right, that we had, but you see that price took it out because when we are in an uptrend, supply does not hold weight. When we are in an uptrend, supply does not hold weight. Only demand holds some weight, right? But if we were on a downtrend, this would have been a perfect selling opportunity for us, okay? So now demand, notice that these massive candles, and I have 2 of them. These 2 candles can be like, you can even break it down into 4. You can split this one to like 2 or 3 candles. So this is a perfect demand area. Also because before this push to the upside, I have a little bit of range, right? So I mark the entire range. Okay? So not these ones, but these ones from here all the way here. Then I mark it to the upside. I am waiting for price to tap back into this level. Okay, for us to continue being bullish again. Now, some persons can decide, oh, let me sell it off to get to this place before I start buying it. Yes, it can work, it might not work, but all I know is once price get here, it has much more potential of pulling back to the upside based on the strategy we are talking about. Okay. And who even asked us, who even asked a question about this strategy? I think you pointed us to the strategy we are using today. So this is for USD CAD. So let's quickly go to XAU USD, or let's just otherwise known on our platform here as gold, the yellow metal. Okay. All right. So this is my gold right here. And we've been having some good bullish momentum for gold. Okay. So I drew this that I was anticipating price tap back into this level and continue back to the upside, which it did. Price is just almost smoothly following my trend line. If you were here last week's session that I did last week Wednesday, you noticed that we had this trend line drawn. This particular trend line, we had it drawn. And for the one we did on Thursday also, we had this particular level marked right here. So for those who did, you would see clearly what we talked about. And if you took those trades, if you analyze the way we want to those trades, you have seen the result here. And let me wipe this whole thing and let's start all over again. So gold was massively bullish. Then we had a break. We had some sincerely bearish momentum. I was expecting that bearish momentum to get to this place, which it almost did, to this level right here. Sorry, which it did actually. This level right here, which it did early enough, and it started pushing back to the upside. And when it's pushing to the upside, you would also see some other key levels right here. Again, levels like this, levels like this. Okay, so this can also be another key level. So because when price is going to the upside, your previous resistance can become your previous support rather can become a flip zone. Okay, so I'm doing all of this on a 4-hour time frame. Price has rested and is starting to continuously pushing back to the upside. So let me go back to our trend line again. So our trend line, we have the first, let me use this level. Let me use this level here. The first, second, and a continuous push to the upside. Okay. Now for trend lines, if you remember the technique of drawing a very good trend line is you are concerned about the first bounce, the second bounce. Now, somebody will ask, why didn't I pick this level here to start drawing my trend line from? Is because if I use here, I still have some support here. So instead of me drawing it like this, it will need to be an horizontal line. So I start from where price start pulling to the upside. Okay, so that's why I have this trend line. Now, some person might want to fit it here to serve as support. It wouldn't work. Your first and your second are your major focus. After which, just continue drawing it like that. Anyhow you fit, that is your trend line. Okay, anyhow you fit. So this is it on my 1-hour time frame. Sorry, I think I need to do a little bit of adjustment. I need to really touch this my second point here. Okay, good. So if I extend it on 4 hours, this is how it looks like. All right, good. Then on my 1-hour time frame, this is exactly how it looks like. So you see that price is just following my trend line. So on gold, I still expect price to be bullish given that the dollar is down for gold, but you will probably want to be taking your buys from your key zones. All right, it's better you take your buys from your key zones. But in the long run, I expect this guy to still be bullish. If at all it doesn't get to the highest high that it got to, it should get here, okay, or get to the highest high, which is possibly this particular level here. So you notice that when price was giving us a downward movement, we have this level of supply. Now we have a problem with this supply level because I just have range that went to the upside. I need a range that is more a little bit of flat range or flat, right? So price still have more bullish momentum until it gets to this particular level right here. If it does, then it might, sell off, even if it's a bit. I should be able to catch some good sell-off if at all price will break it and get to this other side. So that is for XAUSD. I expect it to continuously be bullish at this time, most likely. Indices, because indices like US100 has a lot of explosive candles. Yes, it does. It does for indices. At Idris, it does for indices. It does for indices a lot also. D40, if you notice. Abdurrahman Adamu, you have a question. I think I have just 1 minute left. I'm not sure if I'll be able to take your question, but please quickly unmute and ask your question. Quickly, let's see. Quickly. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. I just want to find out what is your bias on US JPY, please. I want to enter the trade. I don't know whether it will
USD
keep
JPY?
selling. Yes, sir.
We already analyzed that particular one. Like you said, given that the dollar is still down, but at the same time, is in our key zone. So it's still looking bearish for me until I have what do I call it now? A reversal. And I'm expecting that reversal to possibly come in the afternoon, the New York session, right? So for now, you don't be surprised if you see price continuously going to the downside, right? Continuously going to the downside. I would suggest you wait for the New York session to have a clear bias. And if you are entering now, just make sure you have your stops. But for now, to the downside. Yes, to the downside. So I think that's all we can take for today. I'm sorry, I can't take more. Like I said, I like more persons being on the call before we actually start, to avoid going back and forth. So please go back to this particular video. Go back to this particular video. Just go to YouTube right now and type Rally Trade. You'll be able to see this video right now, So please watch this video, recap, learn, and trade, and make your profit, and life becomes good. All right. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow here again. So join the live session and let's trade together. Thank you so much.